Montreal campus are awaiting a possible injunction this morning that could see them removed, along with possible police action after the university confirmed it had requested their assistance. The protesters have now been camped out for 5 days, and their numbers have grown. They want the university to divest funds that are tied to Israel and its war in Gaza, and they say they intend to remain on campus until that demand is met. Alia Al-Tawil is a McGill student involved in these protests. She is also a member of Students for Justice in Palestine and involved with the McGill Hunger Strike. That's another pro-Palestinian demonstration that's currently taking place on campus. She's our guest this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
First of all, thank you for taking the time to join us this morning. First of all, can I ask why you're masked this morning?
I'm masked because there's a really big problem on campus at McGill with doxing. I actually sent you guys an email about it that was sent to all the McGill students. It's even been recognized by the administration. So yeah, there's a lot of doxing happening, so we're just protecting our identities as protesters.
Thanks for letting us know what's happening with you and the personal choices that you're making. Can I ask how you're feeling about the possibility of police possibly coming in, removing the encampment and protesters?
Honestly, I'm quite disappointed. We as students have a right to protest. Also we've never seen, for example, in the context of the States, when police presence is there, it doesn't de-escalate the situation, and we are worried about the escalation. That said, the students are determined to stay on campus until divestment.
Why do you feel this specific form of protests, camping out on the university lawn, establishing this permanent presence, why is that necessary?
We honestly we exhausted all of our other options. We've been on hunger strike for 70 days. We only managed to have one hour meeting with the administration, and it was not fruitful at all. And we signed petitions, we've protested, we've sent emails, and nothing has been gained. So we are now doing a permanent encampment.
Alia, the provost yesterday in a media interview said that there is a formal process for going through the request to divest funds. The university says that they have asked you to go through that process, and that is not being done. What's your response to that?
We have started the process, and the process, for example, process was used for divestment of fossil fuels, and it took 10 years. And actually, we found when going through McGill's investments that we are still invested $1.5 million in ExxonMobil. So we can't wait 10 years for an inaccurate divestment. People are dying today because of our tuition dollars.
The university claims it has seen evidence of anti-Semitic language used by protesters. How do you respond to that claim?
There is no anti-Semitic rhetoric being said at these protests.
They say they have video.
They have. We would love to see it because we've one of the main organizers of this protest is Jewish Voices for Peace at McGill. We have very strict no tolerance policy for anti-Semitism. Anyone who does do that is immediately kicked out. This is not a space for anti-Semitism, and it is a space for the advocacy for the end of a genocide.
Alia, your protest mirrors demonstration that we've been watching across the United States. You've probably seen this morning. Overnight, dozens of people were arrested at Columbia in New York. There have been suspensions issued as well. Is this something that you're willing to be arrested over or even suspended from school over?
Absolutely. The students in Gaza don't get to choose. Their schools are destroyed. They're being detained. They're being murdered. And our lives are not more valuable than theirs. All of the students in the encampment, a lot of them are willing to be suspended and willing to be arrested because lives are at stake. We are funding the death of so many people and the destruction of so many lives, and we can't have that.
Alia, the war has been going on for over a year now, and I'm curious about what life is like on campus outside of protests. So when you're in class and you're in the hallways and you're sharing space with other students, what is it like? What is the atmosphere like?
There was a lot of complaints for especially students who are hijabi students being harassed on campus. besides that, it's a very eerie feeling because there's a sense of like heaviness in the environment, but yeah, administration refuses to talk about it.
Alia, I want to thank you for joining us this morning. It's good to hear from you.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
As a note to this interview, we did ask McGill to comment on whether it was considering the demand for divestment or academic punishment for students. And to clarify the kind of assistance it requested from police, we did not receive a reply in time for this interview this morning.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.